ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Hello, and welcome back to another live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. As always, I had to check. I don't know why. I always have to check. Even if I'm wrong, it's fine. But for some reason, I'm like, nope, have to be right. Have to be right. Yeah, happy Wednesday, guys. Hope you're doing well. Oh, it's been a day. It's been a long day. Mostly because I woke up at like 6:30 a.m. So, yeah. Hey, good guts, welcome in. How's it going? How was it? You asking about the interview or something else? Just to make sure. I'm assuming the interview. But if not. Yeah, the interview, I think it could have gone better. Like, I think it was, like, I think it went well. But I think they might be looking for skills that I don't have, or people that specialize in things I don't know. Like they were asking about like Niagara stuff. Like if I knew like Niagara, like particles, VFX type stuff. And I don't. I don't know if, if that's a necessary thing for them, right? I have no idea. Maybe they're asking just to see like what else I know. No clue. So I felt like it was, because of that, it was worse than the other ones I did. So we'll see. I mean, one way or another, I'll know in less than 2 weeks. So no matter what the decision is, I'll know in less than 2 weeks. Because they want to, I think they want to, the person to start within less than 2 weeks. Or 2 weeks from now, roughly. So no matter which way it goes, it's not going to be a long wait. But yeah, I was like, I left them like great people. Like, but I was like, are they going to want me? Am I a good fit? Like, did I answer like everything perfectly? No. I could tell I made some mistakes in what I said. But, so we'll see. It's literally the fourth interview with them. but you know, it only takes one to mess up, so we'll see. We'll see. But you know, we continue on here. Continue on with some good old game dev stuff. Time will tell. We did some good stuff yesterday. If I did 4, maybe they saw something in me. So, I mean, yes, but the 4th one was entirely, I mean, without saying anything else, it was basically with an entirely different group of people that I'd be working with outside of the company. So it's like 2 companies working together, right? And I passed the company I applied for, it seems, but I also need to work with this other team, and so they also need to work with them. So, yeah. Without going into any specifics of whatsoever, that's the vaguest I could put it that still explains the the setup. Because I don't know how much I should say. But yeah, it's basically like 2 companies work together, and I'm hired from one, but I'm working with another potentially. Yeah, it's all game. It's all game company. It's all game stuff. All game on all Unreal, but we'll see. We'll see. Yesterday we made some great progress with the AI stuff. And I kind of want to do some maybe environment like rework. Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll see. We'll see. For today, I want to do maybe some environment work. Because one thing I want to do is change up the way our environments are. Because if I load in now, we have a lot of like 2-level environments, and I don't like the 2-level floors. Like, I don't like that you have to like clear out the 1 level and then go to the other floor. So we'll be like blocking like this, so less environment art and more block out. So what I'm thinking is I want to restructure it where I no longer have those like this room right next to me, right? I don't want that room. I'd want it to be like a single room, and I think bigger, and a bigger room as well, to like have more maneuverability and stuff. But then I would need to have a way of going up and down still. I don't want to lose that. And one way we can do it is by taking the rooms and adding a staircase effectively to each room, but I don't want it to each room. I only want it to some rooms. So it's a really odd... It's not like a great system that I want to do. Now, technically, like there is like a magnet connection thing, but it's disabled for this mode that I'm using. Unfortunately, because apparently it was too expensive, and so the person ended up disabling it. So I can't use it. Otherwise, we could just attach like another room that just was a staircase. So I'm not sure would I do staircases or like multiple floors between rooms if I don't have it built in, like if I have it like built in, because that would mean like I would almost have to have like 2 versions of every room, right? Like one with staircase and one without staircase, effectively. So it's like, it's not great, right? It's not great. So what I might end up doing is, and here's what I'm thinking. Could you have a room disguised as a stair? I mean, you mean just have a room that's a stair? Yeah. Well, but again, is a blank room for connections? Yeah, so I could have a room that is just stairs. The problem is with this system is I don't control like how it connects, right? Now what I could do is create a stair room and give it a higher chance of appearing than other rooms. But here's the problem with that. So that way there's like more stairs going up and down. The problem with that is that every room counts as a room in the connection chain. So let's say I want the main path to be 10 rooms long. Those stairs count as rooms. So effectively, instead of having, 10 rooms, I have like maybe 5 rooms and the rest are all stairs. It's a much shorter path. I don't control any parameter. Well, I do control some stuff. Yes. If I come here, yeah. So like I control the grid where it spawns. If I do build, right? So I control. So you see this point grid. So I control like what is the range of everything they can spawn within. Then I tell it, okay, create the path. And if I do, let's get this one, build. So I can create the path and I tell it how long the path is. And if I want like a custom start and end room. Like, okay, so I do that and then creates it in the length that I specify. So I told it to be 7 rooms, for example, for floor 1. This is 7 rooms long. The start room is the start room, and the end room is the, well, boss room. So really, it's like 5 rooms long in between the two. So if I created like stair rooms, right, I would need to increase this path size to make it like, let's say, 10 rooms or 15 rooms, which I could do. But you also have a chance of getting like repeating stair. I mean, there is the option to have non-repeating. Let's try it. Let's play around with it. You know what? Let's make a room that is just effectively stairs. And let's see if we can get it to do what we want, more or less. Because in our dungeon setup, there is an option here that says non-repeating rooms, like how many rooms do you have to go before you repeat a room? I have it to 5. So theoretically, if I changed it to like, 3, and I have a higher chance of getting a stair room, maybe it will work to kind of do what I want. You thought about in Dark Souls you have huge stairs in different areas. It's kind of awesome. Yeah. Hey, ZZ, welcome in. Yeah, it's a good parameter. So it makes it so you don't see them right next to each other. But a lot of the rooms I have noticed I do repeat, but I don't have that many variations yet. So it's kind of like makes sense. So I guess let's start with just creating a stair room. I'm not even gonna put that. Let's create a stair room. And let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this works. So I'm going to one thing I also want to check is what is the angle for stairs? 30 to 50 degrees. Stairs can go up 50 to 50 degrees. No, I'll guess I'll go like 30 to like 35 degrees. You're at 220 volts today? Very electric? Wait, what? Wait. What do you mean you're 220 volts today? Did your electricity swap today or something? You were at a 110? Or what is the 110? I'm blanking. What do you mean you're 220 volts a day? Doesn't make sense in English. Oh, is it something else? Does the V mean something else potentially? Is that it? I'm just gonna energy level. Means you're very agitated and high energy. Ah, yeah, that. It didn't translate. Sorry. So your brain is hyperactive? Ah, I see. Okay. Well, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Is it hyperactive because you're, well rested and you got a lot of sleep? Can I stairs? I want to save. I just want to grab you. Let me grab actually. Oh, it's gonna keep asking me to save it, isn't it? Copy you and you. Fine, save it. Peace. Okay, so I need to place this here. Now, I need a 30-degree angle. So if I get ourselves a cube. Extend it and then rotate it to, and the steepest one is like 35. Which this is actually. This is 35. This needs to be at least too tall. Your cats woke you up at 6:30? Oh man. I mean, I've been up since 6:30 as well, but the sun woke me up earlier because I had to wake up early. I was like, you know what? No, like, the eye cover today for sleeping. And because like they'll make sure that I'm awake in the morning just in case, because I think effectively as a third alarm, and it worked. So I was like up at like 6. Jeez. You feel like you had a good day? Oh, that's great to hear. Which is not very common. I mean, hey, does it work? The eye cover? Yeah, it works. It's again, I forget what it's called. It's this thing. I got 2. This one's pink. I don't use it. I use the black one. But yeah, like it helps. It's not perfect because like light still comes in from the bottom because it doesn't have like the nose cover area. but it helps. Do you have the pink one though? I mean, sure, yeah, stop by. I'll hand it over. But yeah, like it helps. It definitely helps. You forgot the cap at the end. The cap at the end. If I wanted this to it is just under. What do you mean no cap? Okay. Fair enough. If you want to be creepy about it. It's not. You're watching me right now. I mean, technically you're right. I can't argue that. That is technically correct. You do see me. So, like, I would love to have it like be steeper because it makes it easier to move, like less room to go between. But I guess I can't have it steeper. I need to have this be like longer. This is one of those things that I'll probably need to reconfigure this module bounds to work with. Basically, I would need to have like a longer room or like a bigger room size, and then it'll work. So for now, let's go here. So this is 35. I want a 30. Yeah, this is 30. Okay, so I guess we go with this. Also, these are exactly 50 increments. Set this to 50. There we go. Let's set this up as just this for now. I'm not going to put in like railings or anything. I just want to see if it works. And assuming that it works, then, you know, we'll go from that. It's one door. And that's two door. Oh, this one needs to be one higher. And that one's correct. Okay. Okay, so we have the doors. We have this. So what we need to go is inside of our modules. Not you. You. Add it in. Category room. Build. And we have the selection weight. Unfortunately, I can't do higher, so I have to make everything else lower. Effectively. Which is annoying. But, okay, so be it. So let's make everything else like 0.2. It is going to say at 1, but everything else will be at 0.2. This one's already 0.5. Fine, I'll still make it 0.2. Item room can stay at 1. Stairs at 1. Okay. And I'm not sure if I need to rebuild it after, but just in case, there you go. So what we can do now is go to our decision level 1 and actually just build it. I don't need to play it. I could just build it and just see what it builds. Right? So we have like a stair here, and that's pretty much it. That's because I have it like a gap every 5 floors. So let's go ahead and change it where non-repeating rooms is 2. And now if we build a dungeon. Yeah, so we get things like this. Why is this connected here when I have it set to non-repeating rooms to 2? I'm not sure. And then nowhere else are the stairs. And here starts the problem with this, right? No stairs anywhere. This room repeats way too much. Like, it's like everywhere. This room right here. I don't know why it really likes this room. I think it's because there's a lot of entrances and it's a multi... I don't know. Like, look how many copies of this there are. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I could press G. If I set it to like non-repeating rooms to be 1, in randomize seed, build the dungeon. Right, we get this, and we don't want this. And again, for some reason, nowhere else are we getting the stairs. Destroy, randomize, build. Right, we get stairs here. One set of stairs. Even though I set it to be like 1.0 compared to the other. I mean, for shits and giggles, instead of 0.2, let's do like 0.05. Just really reduce it. Just to see. Right, so we have it all the way reduced, pretty much. Randomize, build. So again, we have this connection. Oh yeah, but right now we have it 1, so I wanted to like at least 2. Build. Why is this still connected the same way? 3. Is it even listening to it? I don't know if it's even listening to it. So we have stairs here and stairs here. We have 2 sets of stairs. I'm questioning whether it's even listening to this non-repeating rooms. You want to have the stairs only going down, right? Well, I would love to have like this effectively stairs like every like 3 to 5 rooms. just I want verticality. I can control. I should be able to control it always going down. There's a way of doing that. So I'm not even checking that right now. The thing that I'm looking at is just the fact that there's one set of stairs, despite the chances of every other room being 0.05. And yeah, it's odd.
Ads are here.
Oh.
Pausing for ads.
Ads time. Time for ads. So basically, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. Hey, Learn, Build, Play. Welcome in. Good evening. So today I'm drinking perfume. You know, I'm not much of a perfume person, but I figure, you know, to get used to it, you might as well consume it. That way you get used to the smell. People say like, hey, you know, if you don't like beer, if you keep drinking beer, you'll find one you like. So maybe if I keep drinking perfume, I'll find one I like. Who knows? Smelly water, pretty much. It's pretty much smelly water with a tad bit of taste, shall we say. Yeah, the stairs thing ain't gonna work. Gonna get tipsy. Are you gonna tell me perfume also has alcohol? Many companies and private perfumers choose to create alcohol-free perfumes. Somehow I keep choosing drinks with alcohol. Is that a sign? I don't know. I swear I'm not alcoholic, guys. I swear. How much alcohol is in perfume? Things I did not expect to be Googling today. How much alcohol is in perfume? Ethyl alcohol is the main component of perfumes in terms of concentration. It is present at least 60% and can reach up to 95% in some categories. Excuse me? Are you telling me some perfumes are 95% alcohol? I don't know what ethyl alcohol is, like, specifically. Perfumes or extracts contain 20% odorous material and 95% alcohol. That math does not math. You can't say it contains 20% of something and then 95% of something. That math doesn't math. What? Yeah, perfumes are like 70 to 80% alcohol, it seems. What? Read again? No, I read that right. Where is it? contain 20% odorous material and 95% alcohol. Math ain't mathing. Unless they're trying to say, like, 15% of alcohol is also odorous material? But that doesn't make sense. Then why is the other 80% not odorous? This math ain't mathing. Maybe fragrance is also alcohol? But sure, but if they're counting... I mean, maybe? I don't know. But it's phrased in a terrible way if that's the case. If that's the case, they phrase it terribly. So what do we do about this? So I mean, what I can do is the same thing I've done, is except just remove the 2-floor. Is it Google AI? No, I haven't seen Google AI yet in any of my searches, but I don't search very much. I have not seen it a single time yet. It's one of those like related question things. It's the people ask section. Yeah, it's this section. How much of alcohol is in the perfume? I know everything I see. No. So what do we do? We can go back to the previous version and just have. We can take the rooms, make them bigger, or only have the bigger rooms. I don't want the smaller rooms anymore. I want bigger rooms. Hey Gregory, welcome in. Pretty whole the whole diagram? Yeah, sure. Here. I think maybe we change the module bounds. So instead of them being... We have the small room. I think this is the small room. It's the spawn room, right? It's the smallest room we have. Effectively. Technically... Oh, this is the same size room. So I think this is too small. And so I think I'm going to make them bigger. The faraway camera plus big rooms look so much better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make them bigger. So here's the interesting thing. The way Dungeon Architect, the system I use, which is Snap Grid Flow, is done, is like so. So you have a room. Let's say this is the, if you're looking top down, let's say this is the bounds of the room. Like this is one module. You can have like multiple modules together and you can extend it in whichever way. So you can have like 1x2, 2x2, etc. So you can make it bigger. But the main thing is, one is rooms cannot be closer than that together. And they also can't, like, same thing with verticality, right? You can't fit 2 rooms right on top of each other super close and 2 rooms super far away within the same system. There is ways of doing it, but you need to extend the verticality then. But the other thing is, in the center of every room is a door possible location. You cannot put a door here. and another one here. Can't do it. You can only put them at these locations. So, if I want potentially to have doors closer together, this distance needs to be smaller. Because effectively, when I make the more modules next to each other, it's going to have closer possibility of doors. The problem with that is it's a bigger grid and effectively makes it so it's computing harder and longer. So it's not great for performance. Hey, Stormrun, welcome in. So ideally, you don't want to do that, right? But if you have it way too long, the entrances are always in the same spot. So what you could do is have the modules a certain length, and just always for like the smallest room, just always go with a 2x2 rooms effectively. And then, right, your doors, right, become here. Not saying you have to have all of these doors, but basically, this are your door possibilities by having a 2x2. The door always goes in the middle of the wall. Yes, that's the problem. So you can't, like, if I wanted to have verticality, right, as I did these again, like I did on this floor, on the stairs floor, this module, as you can see, is 2 modules wide, so I can fit the stairs in, and then 2 modules tall. So you can see the number of chunks is 2 by 1 by 2. So, and then I could put a door basically wherever this upside down T is. That's where a door can exist if I wanted to. So I can't make it too small, or I literally can't fit the stairs in. I also can't make it too short vertically. Otherwise, when I have, right, floors on top of floors, I'm just going to see them because of the camera. Now, I can cut it out, technically. I could, actually, with our camera system, the fact that it cuts out based on height, I could reduce the height of them. But the problem with reducing the height of them is I will never then use a 1 tall system. Right? I basically never use a 1 tall system then. Because that would mean I would always use 2 tall, just extra computing. So if I'm using always a 2 tall system, then I might as well make it just taller. So I need to get the right size. The one thing I think I do need to change is this. So you can see where this _T is. Basically, that's the floor. So everything below, I'm currently not using at all. So I could change the modules to, well, change it so the floor starts lower, which will get me effectively extra height room, and then I can remove the height. So I can reduce the height and move the floor down, which effectively will be the same same verticality in terms of what I have in terms of building things, but the stairs will won't be as high. So I think I need to do that. Your game progress is going well, Sermon? Nice. Glad to hear it. You can make some transport doors or portals. It's gonna be like, I could, but I feel like that's not very like intuitive and very easy to understand. Like, okay, let's say let's say you have a floor here and a floor here. Your character running upstairs and downstairs, right? Your mind, you kind of like understand, okay, these are connected. You're like, okay, I ran up the stairs here. It's like a remembrance thing. If for some reason there's like a jump pad to go up and down or something, right? Or teleport, I feel like you're not as like, these are connected, kind of, you don't remember it as much. And then this only will happen where there's like a height increase, because if it's flat, there's not going to be anything. So because there doesn't need to be, there's just a door here and call it a day. Think the way psychology of sleep habits in game because it makes everything feel bigger. What? Oh, steep heights, not sleep. It's not psychology of sleep, psychology of steep heights in games. Does the computing time is that important? Doesn't happen only one. It happens at the beginning. It makes it so there's longer loading times at the beginning, which I'd rather not have. You remember the Dark Souls elevator? Very iconic. What is the Dark Souls elevator? Your game stairs go down just a little and then the screen goes black. Transport to a different part of the screen. Yeah, but that's a good way of like loading into a new level. But this is all the same level. And you can just jump between levels, right? This is... Keep in mind, this is an impossibility for me to fade to black because of the way... If I go to our low dungeon... and I play, right? I can just go wherever I want. If I want to, I can just jump into like a different room and just go down. And then when I clear, I can just jump over and jump into that room. I can jump between rooms. So I can't do the whole fade to black because it doesn't make sense. It's all very open in that regard. So I think what we do is to make it where it's the same height, but I don't have stairs as steep and potentially don't need as much in the stair department. I move this down and move the ceiling down as well. And then we try that. So effectively, I'll never be able to like make an area with a hole. Well, actually, I could. I could make an area with a hole. I'll just make 2 modules high, and then I have an underneath. Either your fate and the level event tick usually always directly goes to false, but if Boolean is true and it fades the camera. I mean, again, yeah. For your system, it probably works. For mine, it definitely wouldn't work. So let's try to have a lot of elevators to transfer you for different areas. You're talking about not having the player remember the path they went through. I mean, I played Dark Souls. I could never remember where like the layout of anywhere I was. I'll be honest. I played Dark Souls 2 and 3, and I'm like, my sense of direction with that game was terrible. Until like I found like I opened a door. I'm like, oh, that's I remember this bonfire, and that was it. I was terrible with it. So let's move this down, and let's see how that affects it. Let's go from there. Have I messed around with interfaces? I mean, yeah, most of my game is made with interfaces, and I have a saving system. Yeah. Check out my latest devlog. Yeah, there's a whole save system. Everything's saving. So let's change this height. So currently height is 1200. My floor is basically at 500. So I'm going to make my floor at 100, which means I can make my height 800, which results in the same difference. But if I reload this level, yeah, see how now it's a lower. So theoretically, what I can do now is take this, lower it, and see, all of a sudden, I don't need these stairs to be as steep. So what I can do now, even though the verticality between my ground and the ceiling is the same, what I could do now, theoretically, is change it to 1 by 2, so it needs to be too high. And now I can make this not as steep. So that now fits. And what angle is that? If I set this to 30, it's not left, right, it's down. No. Well, it's not left, it's not right. This one, found it. So 30 degrees. So this is even less steep than 30 degrees. So if I want to be like a 30-degree angle, this would be a 30-degree angle. So all of a sudden, I can fit in a smaller area, which is great. Which is really good. So the only thing is the doors would be pretty large. So hold on. What is a 35-degree angle? We can do 30 up to 35. 35 is still fine. Yeah, that is plenty of room. Okay. So I think we go with this. Which means I can fit these kind of stairs in rooms a lot easier. So we can have more rooms that have variations in height, potentially. But just not within that room itself. So what I mean is we're going to basically scrap this room because this room is too small and has like way too much verticality. And we're going to scrap rooms like this. So basically, the room will just be a single flat area, and maybe there's holes still, but you won't have to like clear multiple floors in one room. Because I think that's the biggest issue that I'm finding. Because the mobs could spawn all down here, or the mobs could spawn all up here. And then maybe you like, or you might clear like almost all mobs, and then there's like one mob up here. And then you have to like go all the way up, clear it, and maybe you have to go back down because, you know. So I don't like forcing the player to go back up and down. So I think we go with just larger rooms that are more like single level, maybe some variation in height, of course, but just it eliminates the need to go up and down. We already have the ability to like jump between levels when you clear a room, so like that aspect isn't going away. is just it'll go away within the room itself. So does hitbox work the same? Did you have issues with the stair hitbox before? No, I had it when I had it like way too steep, but I think I had it like way too steep. This should be fine. If needed, I can adjust some values and make it work. Give him a ladder? Nah. No ladders. So that's what we're gonna do. But the other thing is, hey, Sergey, welcome in. Well, thank you. It's going well. How are you doing? So the other thing is, if I load in some of the 1x1s, safe. So this is the current 1x1 room, and right, it's too small. So if I play, like this is the room, and I think as the smallest size room, I want this room to be twice as wide at the bare minimum. So if I want it to be twice as wide by the bare minimum, the thing I have to ask myself is, do I want to have more modules so I can have more door options or not? Or having it exit out of the same way is fine. So the problem is, right, I can't just make this double. Because as I explained before, let's say this is our module looking top down. The doors always have to be in the center of it, right? If I make it a 2x2 module, right? There is no center. You can't have a center door. So really, I'd want to do a 3x3 module. I want to do this, right? And then I could have, a center door and side doors. Here's the, actually, this is one I don't remember if they fixed. I don't think he did. I think currently, if you have 3 doors side by side with a room here, I think only one of them becomes a door. Still, but I think that was like something that he set up, but needs to do it. But I think this is like the scenario what I'd want, where I have 3. Well, this is 3 times. No, sorry. Grid-wise, this is 9 times, right? More chunks, effectively. It's fine. It'll just take longer to compute it. And depending how big the level is, right, it'll just be bigger. So, but this will allow us to have like a lot more functionality. So, I think we go 3x3. I think we test with that. The question is, how big 3x3? Because if I take these bounds, by the way, all our rooms are currently no longer working because we changed the bounds. And I change it to be 3x3. That would be the minimum size of the room. Maybe we do go 3x3. For reference, actually, we do have a point of reference for 3x3. The boss room. If I load in the boss room. Loading you. I'm just not gonna save. Remove you. So this is a 3x3 area, and this feels way too big. Like, as a 3x3 of this scale, feels too big. So I think a 2x2 would be better. Instead of 3x3, like, basically it'll be like this area here, up to these pillars, like, right. I think 2x2 is better, which means we have to reduce the size of it, but have more chunks. No, again, I'm thinking of this as what is the smallest room, not what is the biggest room. I want the smallest room of a 3x3 to be maybe up to here.
Ads are here.
Oh.
Pausing for ads.
Water time. I mean, drink time. Wrong word. Drink. Perfume drink time. So during all this, I'm talking about what is the smallest size room. Because again, we can't go smaller. Look, I'm hallucinating, Guts. Don't worry, I'm hallucinating. I know, it's crazy. Today is actually day 9 of my quote-unquote secret task, as you guys called it. I don't know if I'll go full 2 weeks. My longest doing this is 2 weeks. I think I've done it like once or twice. I don't remember if it was twice or not. Might have been twice before. Maybe I'll do like... No, not June. No. I know I said I'm cutting something, but that is not what I'm doing. No. Plus, it's not November, right? That people do. Not June, out of all things. Still cute, I see. God damn it. I mean, I guess, yeah, if I say it that way, then yeah, that's how it looks. No winning here. No winning. So I think we changed this chunk size. Basically, instead of 1,500, we set it to 1,000. I know, I literally can't win. If I set it to 1,000, basically 3 of these becomes 3,000, just like 1,500 would become times 2 would be the same size. Either you or the sun? You mean either you or the sun will? Because you make it sound like neither you or the sun will win, but my brain isn't all there. Early morning combined with your English sucks. It's fine. By the way, I'll tell you this. What I'm doing, the result of it is basically I reset my entire diet. So it's very good for resetting diet. Which is what I use it for, basically. So like if you're like eating a lot of junk food or sweets or whatever, like for me, like it's a good way of, okay, now I want to eat like full healthy stuff. No. You're on the right track, but it's not keto. Because I feel like keto would make me want to eat a lot of junk food and stuff afterwards. You're like on the right track, but no. It was a good try. I think we go with this. The question becomes, now hold on, is no sugar? Well, technically you're right, but that's not what I'm doing. I am doing what you were saying, which is no sugar, but that's not the entire thing. Fun fact, I've never owned sugar in my apartment. Just random fun fact. Like, I've never owned sugar. Doesn't mean I don't like sweets. I just don't own sugar. Ever. Like, I'd rather just sweeten with, like, other things, like honey. And, like, other things. You cut sugar for 2 weeks and you were 10 times more miserable than normal? You'd probably be very miserable for... Oh, no, actually, no. Even the first time I did this, I wasn't that miserable. If you don't bake, it makes perfect sense that you would not own... Yeah, I don't bake. So, I have baked bread before. Actually, let me show you. Hold on, I'm going full screen, so I don't accidentally... I don't know where this is going to open if I open it. So, just make sure I'm going to full screen it, and then I'm going to show you. I baked bread once. It was the best bread I've ever eaten. Holy crap. It was the best bread I've ever eaten. Open. I never knew, like, people say, like, the yeasty smell and taste. Like, I didn't know what it was until I made my own bread. I'm basically pulling it up from my phone, which is why I'm like, yeah, let me not be just in case. So these are some French baguettes that I made. And oh, they were like so good. It takes a long time to do them, which is why I haven't done it like multiple times. But the sandwiches that you make with them, oh my god. It's just so good. They're not very big. This is literally half. This is half of that baguette. So they're not like huge, like super long ones. And these are like these are like the grape tomatoes, the small ones for reference in terms of scale. These aren't like full size tomatoes. Like, oh my god, no. But yeah. Make your own bread at home. Holy crap. So good. So good. Mr. Mind full screen 1440p? I mean, look. When I started the stream, I was full screen as well. Use sugar every day for baking sometimes? I mean, yeah, if you bake a lot, it makes sense. I don't bake very often. If you want to get into bread making, get a bread machine. I don't. Nah. But what, you're in your phone? Oh, are you not on your phone anymore? Which is why it's like more impressive or more scary. Let me see if I do the block out for 2x2. No! The cloth blocking, oh, because the chunk size changed. So this, if I make this 5x5, so 5x5 is basically this size room. Just a little bit bigger. Nah! Can you guess what happened? It's been a long time. Yeah, flashbang. It's sunny. I have to pull up the The blinds again. You don't want to do all that work cleaning up the kitchen? Why bread machine? I mean, there's not much you need to do. You just need to knead. And you can do that in a bowl. So there's not much cleanup. Like, it wasn't very dirty to make it. Do you have a reason for a room to exist, or can it just be a room? Well, room needs to have a reason to be there. Just like when you're building an environment, you need reasons for things to be there. Like if you let's say you made a house with a porch, you're not gonna put the Mona Lisa in front of that porch because that doesn't make sense. Unless you're making the entire house and the identity of that person to be like an art collector. And there's maybe that's his thing. And then you have to make a whole story and explain why is it there. You shouldn't just put things there for no reason. Just like you shouldn't have a room for no reason. It's like, right, when you like move into a place, you're not gonna have an empty room or just a room with no reason. It's gonna have a reason there. You gotta put stuff in it. And it's gonna make sense to you. So everything needs to have a reason to exist. You room, therefore you exist. True, you do exist. Okay, I'm gonna put this cloth up. So bright. Did you guys see how bright that wall got during this? Jesus. That's how bright it is when, you know, things are actually open. So, it's a dungeon rehab game. You have to go into a dungeon, clean it up, chase out the riffraff, and flip the dungeon. Sounds like House Flipper. If you're gonna do that, you have to, instead of just choosing a different like place, I think you need like what makes yours unique. Dungeons are hard to make unique. And if you make the same mechanics as like House Flipper, people aren't gonna be as interesting because House Flipper already exists. So you have to make it like give your game like unique stuff. Just keep that in mind. Not saying it won't work. Like that's entirely like a non-starter idea, but figure out what how to make it unique without just the theme being unique. Okay, so I guess we now, with this new configuration, have to redesign all the rooms. Yep. Sure, save those two. Right, so now this room will be 3 by 3. So it is effectively actually doubled, right? It's double size. I think what I'm gonna do though is I'm going to modify. Oh, where's the this module bounds? I'm going to take this module bounds and I'm going to copy it here. I'm going to reset this back to how it was. That way we have still, right, our entire level is all still playable. I'm also going to reset all of these back. Is this the one? Save it all. Yeah, this is the one I can just see less. So, 0.3. 1. I had a 0.5 before. I'm making 0.3. Okay. And then we can make a new version of this where, right? Block out our room. Just rooms. Okay. Then we could put in you in here. Lock up module bounds. And for this one, right, is we have this configuration. So I'm not going to remove or destroy the current rooms. So we still have access to them in case we want to like use them or have access to them, you know, play tests, etc. while this is all being set up. Okay. So, things I'm going to need to grab from here, though. I want to grab this mob spawner. Actually, I don't need to grab the mob spawner. I do want to grab the U. Grab U. And I think that's it. So, empty level. Module bounds. 3x3. This is going to be our base one. This is going to be our very basic one that we start it all with. Now, here's an interesting thought. Do we want, when you open the door, that it's the room immediately, or you have to like walk in? What I mean is this, and this is I'm conflicted on because I'd love to get your guys' feedback on like which one you like as a player potentially would prefer, because I think both are good. So let's say the door is here and you're going this way. This is the door. Do you want to go from a room to room where there's nothing here, you just go right in and there's the room? Or is it better, did you have a little bit of a walkway kind of thing, and then it's the room, and then wherever like the exit is, it's also a little like, let's say like walkway like that? Is this good or is this bad? Or is this indifferent? Does this matter? And I'm conflicted on it. Depends. Depends on what. I don't know if I want this. And I've kind of gone back and forth on it. And I haven't come to like a definite conclusion. This one feels more claustrophobic because of these little extra stairs. Or I mean because of these little entrances. So for reference, if I go to just save this. Rooms. This is going to. I'm making this a spawn room. So if I go to our dungeon real quick. For reference. Build the dungeon. So in my room, I do have it a little bit. So you can see here, it is there a little bit. Right? It's not a big entrance. This one's a little bit bigger. But you can see, like, that's where the door would be. You can immediately tell where the doors would be. This is, again, same thing, an entrance. Right, same thing. And I don't know, maybe I should just remove it. Just a little dent, you guess. The problem, right, the one downside to doing this is, as I showed right here. Like, I know you would get this layout, like, let's say you got this layout before. You know there's a door possibility here, but this is just, like, extra, like, it's definitely here, because it's also cut out for it. So, without it being cut out, it would be just flat here, and it'd be, like, less noticeable. So, and same thing here, right? So this is a door here on this side, but you know there's going to be a door here potentially. It's both good and bad. So I was just curious if you guys had like any like very definite like yes or no. I think it's fine either way. Which is why I'm like haven't made like a definite decision on it. So, but if you guys are fine with the little dent, then I guess it's probably what I'll do. Just have a little one. Don't want to go in extreme. Fine either way, but if you put a longer way, it's going to change the feeling. Yeah, definitely. I don't want to do like a super long one. I'd rather have the room be just longer, right? I'd rather stuff like this, like where the room is just has a narrower like path here, maybe. So yeah, I'll probably do that. Okay, then we'll go with it. No. I want to open this one. So, oh, did I open the wrong one? So, the spawn room. I think the spawn room should be relatively small. Honestly, I don't think we should have a large spawn room. So, you know what? For the spawn room specifically, I think I could reuse the other one. Copy here. Sure, save. And then instead of this, drag you in. And make this just too big. but see, if I do 2 by 2, then I can't have a thing in the center. You know what? Let's do 3 by 3. Let's do the room that I was thinking. We'll do 3 by 3, and I'll have multiple. Do we want multiple starting positions or multiple directions you can go? Oh yeah, here's what I want to test. First of all, let's just make this the entire size of it, minus like 2. And then I'm gonna light it. And now I want to just here. Wait, why am I? Why can't I not see anything? Oh, what? Oh, it's because on my character I don't have game settings. Hold on, let me fix that actually. Character. I changed the post-process exposure stuff. Let's reset this. Okay, there we go. So this is a 2 by 2 room. Now, sorry, no, this is just the default room size. So we have a good amount of room size, I think, to work with here. Keeping in mind that at the edges here, it'll probably be more compacted in because I'll want to put like a border here or you know, some decorations around the edges and stuff. Potentially. Here's another thing that I need to consider is I want to be able to jump between rooms. But that means, let's say I want to put like, make this a library. This is hypothetical. Let's make this a library. If I put bookshelves around, right, you can't jump through the bookshelves. So I think what I might do is have like a dynamic, in the end, is have a dynamic wall. Instead of it going visible and invisible, when you enter a room, the wall will physically, whatever's on the border will physically move up and then physically move down, like into the floor and like disappear. Like, I think that'd be a cool effect. It'd be like a portal effect too. Like, I think that would work. And then you can go between rooms. I think that'd be a good way of doing it. That way we can have a border and all that. And have like interesting decorations on the outside. Because that's really like a lot of the dungeon feel is the, you know, what's going on around you. So I think we'll do that. Thinking about our direction is very important. Yeah, definitely is. I was thinking about, you know, originally, right, in the dungeon, I was thinking like maybe I'll have like showing like a little bit of like the bottoms of it. But yeah, yeah, that's the thing with me, right? Is I am completely fine changing my like idea and plan if I see it, if the new idea or plan seems better. Like, I'll change it. I don't have a deadline, so why not change it for the better? Always. Like, once I'm very far in, maybe, like, once the prototype stuff is done, then yeah, okay, then we're doing it this way. but we're still all in very much prototyping stage. So, yeah, let's do that. And I might set that up for this pass. I might set it up with this. Instead of having walls going invisible, we'll set them up to actually move up and down, because I think that'd be cool. It also means I would need to have them move them down, become invisible, and then move. Yeah, that I can all figure out. But let's say you start in the middle here. Right, let's say your start location's here. I wonder if I could have multiple paths from the starting room. I want to test that. Can I set it up where I have multiple paths from the starting room?
Ads are here.
Oh.
Pausing for ads.
Ads time. Okay, well, ads are running. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. And then we do a test. We see if current setup, current dungeon architect, allows me to have multiple splits from the starting room, because I'm not. It used to be not possible, but maybe it is now. So, be right back. I'm back. Yeah. Before we continue, I have a small story. I mentioned it like a little bit ago that I accidentally forgot about some onions I had, and they spoiled, and I got some fruit flies, and I found them, and I removed the old onions, and yeah. But I freaking and most of the fruit flies are gone. There's a few like left, and they're annoying as hell. But I bought a one of those like fly catchers on Amazon, like a fruit fly catcher. It's supposed to get rid of them. I think it's been in my kitchen for like a week. Not one, not a damn one fruit fly has gone stuck in it. Bastards are too smart, or the thing is just really shitty. I don't know. Probably both. But it has failed me. It was just such a waste of money. God damn it. I'd say 90% of them are gone at this point, because there's like, right, their meal is gone. So, right, they're slowly disappearing. There's like a couple left still like flying around. Occasionally I get one, and yay. But yeah, there's still like a couple. I saw one flying in the bathroom. I'm like, God darn it, I can't get rid of you. But yeah, like, I don't know. The fruit flies here are built differently, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's test this room thing. So what I'm gonna do is set this up here. And then what I need also is the door. Well, I need the theme file, and I need the door. Here. Okay, so now I can put in a door, and what I want to know, if I put this in, let's make the positive X be the front. I do not see where the points are from top view. So effectively, wherever I'm putting these, which again are just at the middle of each one of these modules, as I mentioned before, is a possibility for a door to spawn. Now, it doesn't have to spawn there, but it's a possibility. Also, I misplaced this one, which means this one's also misplaced, and this one's misplaced. If I don't get them like right on, basically the doors won't like align with each other. That's how that works. Okay, all right. So we have this. I'll save it, and I'll duplicate it. And this is just like, I'll just call this room test. And for this room test. I just want it to be like slightly different, so I'll just keep only the centers here. There you go. It's just a 4-way. Yep. So now I need a theme file. This one here. Copy. I'll need a graph. I'll make a graph. For you. Delete everything. This is the module bounds. So we have you and we have you. So the spawn room. Spawn. And the room is just going to be the room. Okay. Built the cache. So now I need to make a snap grid flow graph. So is the graph. And what I want to do is take our I click build. I don't remember, but just in case, build and close you, all of you. Plug you in there. So now I can go ahead and create a 3D grid. And the grid currently is 5 by 4 by 3, which is way too small. Because again, each room is 3 wide. So let's make it 30 by 30. It can be 3 tall. Right now, we don't have any verticality. It's fine. Then create a main path. So we want a start and end nodes. Start category is going to be start, which is sorry, spawn, not start, spawn. Yeah. And then that just creates the main path. It is size 12, so it's going to create a size 12. What I want to know is, can I actually want to also have an end node? So, you know what? I'll have a, because I want to test if you can have multiple boss connection rooms as well. So, you know what? We'll add one more, and we'll reuse the same room. It's fine. We'll reuse the spawn room for this, and this will be the boss room. So we'll also have a boss. That's the main path. So well, basically we can do finalize graph and result. And if I do build, there's the build. Not very exciting, but it does work. Now, what I want to see is, can I create paths that go from the spawn room? So, create path. And again, it's going to use the room. Use this the four-way. And what you can specify is the path name, but you can start from path and end on path. Was this fix? Spawn for the start path, end path nothing. Change the color. Oh, your color would be yellow. Actually, make it also in the boss as the end room. Connect, build. This might be too small of a size. I might need to make this bigger. Yep, could now find path. Let's make max path size 20. It might not work for this. This might not be a thing. And it seems to be failing. So, can it not find either? Oh, sorry. It's main start and main goal. That's the name of the path names. It's not the room. So that's on me. Main start and then main goal. Build. Aha! It worked. Okay. So, if I made this like 10. So, effectively, we now have 2 entrances from this. Let's go ahead and test this. And you know what? I do need to do a separate boss room, I realized. Because I don't want the boss room to have the player start. So let's put that boss room in here. Build, save. And the spawn room. I'm going to copy over the theme file. And I need also levels. Copy here. Spawn point. Did I already? Why is this? Oh, already have the theme. Yep, it's already got the theme here. So we just need to place the placeable marker. This is a spawn room, so placeable marker just goes right there. Okay. Build. Sorry. Save. Build. Okay. So this should now work. And now we can test this. To make it easier on myself to test, I'm going to make these paths smaller. Path size, let's make this like 4. And this path, 2 to 4. That's a lot easier to test with. Okay. So let's do new. Empty level. We want to add a dungeon. This is SnapGrid Flow. Module database. Graph. Theme. So we have 1. We do have 2 doors. Okay, so this is the starting room, and we have 2 doors. So oh, it's because it's configured through yep. That's fine. Just run through these. The main thing is it should end on 2 doors as well. Wherever the end is. Let's set one way there. But I won't be able to easily tell which one it is. Oh yes, I will. It's this one. Yeah, this is it. Because this one has more of these, which is like the fake false doors. So yeah, so this is the boss room. So we can have, and this is actually pretty big, we can have multiple exits from the starting room and multiple entrances into the boss room. I like that. I do like that. Okay. So our spawn room can indeed have like effectively 9 ways to go from the start. Very much more dynamic. So what we can do is, let's clear that. So what we can have is let's say these are all rooms, right? Let's say this is the main path. And this is the boss room. And this is the starting room, right? So right, originally we had just, this is the main path, and then we had paths, going between them. So what we can do now is from the starting room, we can also have another path that could go this way and reconnect back to the main path. And then we can have another path that goes from the main path somewhere and also connects with the boss room. So I feel like we can do like some, stuff like this. So the boss room can have multiple entrances, and you can have multiple entrances in like other ways as well. And then you can have like, we can create like even more like side rooms, right? We can have from this path, we could have it go also out and then reconnect with the boss room, or reconnect with or have it reconnect with the main path. So that will open things up considerably. Now again, it's not as big of a deal because you can jump in between rooms, right? So it's not as big of a deal. So yeah, I think that's main thing. I like the fact that the boss room having multiple entrances, I'm not 100% set on, but the spawn room having multiple starts, I really like, because you could have, again, it going from the main to another side area, right? You can just have it all like intertwined, which just makes it like a more interconnected thing. So it's less of a single room having like 2 doors and more of rooms having like 3 or 4 doors, The boss room might have just the main path connection, and then things will just taper into the main path eventually, and that's the one way to go. Debatable on that one, but yep, this is great. I think this is a great discovery. It used to not work when I first played around with Dungeon Architect like a year ago. It used to not work. That was probably loud on the microphone. I'm sorry. I missed. Was that really loud? I don't know. It was flying right in front of my face. I could have not. It wasn't? Okay, good. Good. Save that. Okay. So we can now go in all directions. How do I want to do this? If I made this 3 inset. Here now we start playing around with some like the borders. Let's play around with a 3 inset. And it is, I believe, it needs to be at least that wide for the door. So let's go ahead and place this in, and we'll see how it looks, how it works. As the gap, I should have saved our test level. Oh well. I'll recreate it and I'll save it. Yep, something like this. Yeah, let's empty level. Dungeon. Save current level. Blackout testing. So, yeah, so it's a little bit of a gap here. It's a little bit of a gap. Now, I think what I'll end up doing is, see how this is like, you just jump right over it. I think once the fake walls are in, I'm gonna change up this area. That's not gonna have this as part of the room. This will be like a platform that like forms. So when the doors, ooh, you know what? Instead of doors later on, I think the entire room on all sides, all doors, there will be no doors. Just the entire room, walls just disappear like through portals or something. They have a cool effect on that. And just no doors. Scrap the doors entirely. There's no point. Don't have any doors. You can already go between rooms, so it's, right, it doesn't matter. I just, whenever you enter a room, the outside walls effectively close in on you, locking you in that room, and you're good. I like that idea. You scrap the doors entirely. The doors are pointless already. No door solves the door problem. Yes and no. The door problem is the whole locking you in. So that still has to happen. When you go into the room, it has to lock you in. So half of the door issue will be gone for sure, which is like dealing with the animation going up and down. So yes, technically that will solve the problem in a sense. But yeah, I like this idea. I think that's a lot more interesting and creative. And I think it'll open up the area a lot more. Yeah, that's what we do. Now, yeah, if we want to have fall pits, we can have that. We just have like a 2-level thing. So, yeah. I think that works. Okay. So let's make a few things. I want to make so how would we go about creating a room? I want to create a room with a staircase. And let's do a test. So if I take our take our spawn room now. Stair test room. I like how when you duplicate a level and you name it, it's not saved. And it's like when you try to open it, it's like, do you want to save this room? It's like, yes. I just made the thing. I mean, there's not much to save, really. So what we can do is have the number of chunks be like 4. And then instead of having these connections here, we could put stairs here. Ooh, and maybe the stairs also will come in effectively. The walls would be here still. And then just like these would appear, the stairs would appear. So you'd see the entire stairs until you enter the room. The problem with that though, hold on, is if you jump out of a room and into another and you land on stairs, and then the stairs vanish, that will be a problem. So we don't want that. No. So the stairs needs to be visible. Whatever it is has to be visible always as a ground platform. We can't have ground platforms disappearing and reappearing. Yeah. What do we want is the is you. Actually, I'm not even going to grab you. I'm going to grab. Where is our little stairs level? Because I'm just going to grab you because you already have the right incline. You're way too large, though. Dear God, you're way too large. We want this to be too tall because we want to be able to go into the second floor.
Ads are here. Pausing
Oh,
for ads.
that's time. Pause time. This perfume isn't great, I'll be honest. I should have gotten a better, higher quality perfume, I think. Tastes better with that good stuff. And the good stuff apparently has more alcohol, or I don't know, maybe less. I don't know. The alcohol thing in perfume threw me off. Like, I knew nail polish had some some alcohol. Like, that made sense. But the fact that freaking perfume has alcohol, and a lot of alcohol, basically, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, nail polish makes sense. But the fact that perfume is mostly alcohol, up to 95% alcohol, is crazy. Yeah, sorry, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about nail polish remover. Yeah. You understood what I was saying, but then got confused because I used the wrong terminology. Just like you do sometimes. See, it happens to all of us, so don't feel bad. You know, brain not braining. You don't even call it nail polish remover, just call it acetone? Well, I thought nail polish remover had, like, acetone was the primary thing, but it also had other chemicals in it to help. Well then. It is what it is. Okay. Let me see how big of a slope is it gonna be if I basically lined it up. Like, how steep is that of a slope? Hmm? 35? It is 35 degrees. Exactly. Oh, that's huge. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Okay. I gotta keep this in. So that means we can have the stairs this angle. So what we need to do then is take this, place you here, and what we can do on these guys is currently they're magnets, but we can say module entrance, And then we could set the other ones to all be module exits. So the entrance will always be here, and it'll go to one of these exits, which means the direction of towards the like final boss room will always be down. Now I can not have this. I can have it go up as well. I just really like the look of it when you spawn and you see like everything below. I just really like that look. So I think that's what we want to do. So let's have this. And let's save this. I always open the module. So the module... right, instead of module DB. It's not a cache. I guess it's a model database. Let me rename this. Module database, and then this is module bounds. That's not gonna help. But I can look for database now. Let's open the database. Yeah, let's add a new room. This is the room that we just created, which is our stair test room. You can be just a category room. Yep. Appear just as much as usual. Build, save. And now, if I go into our blockout testing, one thing we need to change though is in our graph, because we now have verticality. In our graph, we specified that the highest point here is 3 tall. We want to make this like 10 tall. So we have a lot more verticality. So let's save that. And now, okay. Do we have some verticality, please? We do going up, actually. Oh, but this is an exit. So this is a dead end. So that's one problem of keeping those stairs. Is, right, even if we have stairs, they're gonna stay there. Even if it doesn't go in. Ooh, this is also a problem. That looks terrible. Once we have more room, this is not really gonna be an issue. But that was terrible. Oh, one thing. Let's go to the dungeon here. Things we want to do. Now our being rooms is 3. Make it instanced. Doesn't matter really. Level streaming. We could do layout depth actually now because of how big it is. We can actually do layout depth, which will load even less rooms. We can unload hidden chunks. But we can't do that because there could be a level here and we wouldn't know, right? Because it's technically not connected. So we would need to do, instead of layer depth, we would need to do distance. We just do like a small distance. What if I did like 300 distance? 3,000 for verticality. Why is it up? Why is it showing me that I can go up? Okay, so that's too low. 1,000? Why is it up? Why are we going up? Yeah, it's literally up. And this is the end. This is the exit room. Ah, yeah, and then this is... Is it bugged right now? Is it not working? It's possible it's not working. If it's not working, I should let the plugin guy know, the Dungeon Architect creator know. What's a good way of dealing with the stairs? Not from the going up and down aspect, but right now, that's something we need to figure out, right? So these would be stairs. And the problem with them, right, is if this door doesn't spawn, then this is just a dead end, right? Or if basically if there's no platform up here, then this is just a dead end. And in fact, this is just like pointless stairs. I need to figure out a way of spawning these. Spawning this versus spawning something else. I might create a blueprint for that. That will check like the bottom of the most bottom thing, and then depending on what it is, it'll either spawn stairs or not. We have the same thing here. So the question is, why is it... Let's go back to our stair test room. Because again, here, this is the entrance. Is it similar to implement a blueprint with Dungeon Architect plugin? So, yes, in a sense. So the way the doors work, right? Because you see, I have not placed doors. I just placed this marker. So the way the doors work is if I go into my doorway, the doorway little file, and that's what I drag out. And basically, there it is. If it's a door, it's going to place this. If there's no door and it's a wall, it's going to place this thing. So it's going to place this. If it's a one-way door, then it's going to place this. And that's how this works. And I believe there's a way to do custom doors with custom logic. Because if you want like certain doors like only appearing to certain rooms or stuff like that, you could do that. I don't think there's a way of detecting if you've gone up or down. Same thing with like you can implement things inside of the levels. So I created in my spawn room, I put this marker in. It's right here. And all that is it checks the name and then it places whatever is there based on it. So, but you don't have to have it spawn only one thing. I can have like this go here, and it can pick like one of them and randomly pick one, basically. So there's a lot of different functionality for that. And these can be blueprints. I can just drag in blueprints in here and it'll spawn blueprints. Same thing with this, right? These are blueprints. You can even see with the icon right there. Um, excuse me. That went down the wrong pipe. Should have muted. Should have muted. I've not gotten in the habit of that yet. So, the main thing is, why does this not work? I feel like it did work before and no longer works. You can see it has an icon of the entrance here. Oh, you know what it is? I forgot about this. So this is an annoying thing. So you see how I selected all of these? Should have selected all of them. But you see how only one of them has this icon? All the other ones don't? They have this magnet icon. You can't bulk edit them. So I actually got to go through each one and mark it as a module exit. I forgot about that little thing. So let's make all of them module exits. It's an unfortunate thing. But it is the way it is. Okay, so now all of them have this red icon here. If I go full screen, it might be easier to see. There we go. All right, so this has the exit icon and this has the entrance icon. So effectively now it should all work correctly. So if I save this, and then we need to rebuild our cache. This needs to update the locations of everything and the type it is. Now, if we go to our testing room, that's another problem with the stairs being the way they are. Why? This is a dead end. Okay. I want it to go down. I don't see any of them going down still. These are all dead ends. Why are these dead ends? Why is it spawning here? It should have spawned on top only. See, I can look at all the connections here. And it says entrance, exit. So it has detected all of them are exits. Exit, 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 exit. It's possible that this has been disabled in the recent update. But it's now correctly detecting all of them. If I just build a dungeon, that'll be an easier way for testing. Problem is I don't know which one's the start room and which one's the boss room, so let me go to the boss room real quick. Save. And I'm gonna change this color to blue. Change you green. Yeah, let's randomize the seed and build dungeon. We're going from green to blue. So we spawned here. And then we're going up to blue. Randomize seed, build. It's much easier to test. Same level as blue. That's terrible, but whatever. You want to hold on. Check support door categories. Maybe I need to have that turned on. Randomize seed, build it. I don't think I do, but same level. This is the side path. That's fine. I want it to be lower. But I guess there's not enough. There's a good amount of rooms. It still should be using the bottom ones, and it's not. Door categories are not. Because basically, it should not be selecting these doors as in and out. Because you can see even here, it has this entrance. It's the only entrance. Okay. Also, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do I have the whole graph as 4? Oh, it is 4. 4 path. Let's make it larger, just for testing. Let's make this 10. Randomize build. Yeah, it's not doing it. At all. Okay. So I gotta reach out to the Dungeon Architect dev and see what's up. Because that means our current dungeon also has this problem. And I noticed that there was like some issues where like I'm not looking down. That's odd. Like sometimes. So yeah, got to yeah, I gotta ping him. This is a bug. A bug, or he has made it not again. He's disabled it again. Okay. This is a good test. This has been very educational, I will say. But I think I'm gonna call it here for today. Mostly because I am tired because I woke up early. And I got a decent amount of sleep, but I'm just tired from today. So I'm gonna hit the hay a little early, and then we can have a. You got lost 20 minutes ago. The tiredness got to you. Well, there you go. So you can get some good sleep as well. Yeah, I'll go relax. I'll DM the Dungeon Architect developer. And hopefully this can be resolved. So, fingers crossed. Because I want to specifically always have going down. So, yep. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you guys know if any updates. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. we'll continue with more room stuff. Then tomorrow, actually create some more proper rooms, and go from there. Today I allowed you to sleep early. Yes, I also allowed you to sleep early yesterday too, technically. But hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. Take care. Bye-bye.